Well, welcome along to the Blues Cruise. What about this episode? One of the all-time double Blues greats of the modern era, Damian Squire. Squirrel.
G'day, Sider. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you travelling, mate, all right?
Yeah, going well, mate. Yeah, out of the footy circle now, so, you know, it's a bit of a change of life, but, no, keeping busy with work.
Welcome along to the Blues Cruise.
Great.
And thanks to our great friends at Australian Motors, Wavell Hyundai. We cruise around in the SANFL, mate.
You're getting looked after, aren't
nice.
you?
Well, now, Squirrel, I might just start back, because you grew up around the Broadview area.
Yes.
You know, and obviously played for the Roosters first up and Green Acres and all that. When you were a young man and you first got your licence, what was the first car you had?
It was, it would have been a Datsun 120Y.
Oh, what colour?
It was white.
Oh, yeah?
It was more so my stepdad's car, which I used, and then my first car that I purchased after that was a Tirana.
Of course it was.
Yeah, a Tirana, yes. And then I had a Holden Commodore as well, a blue one.
Oh, mate.
Which was a sports edition. And then I come out from training one night and noticed it wasn't there in the car park.
At Prospect?
Next to the tennis courts. So
who took it?
No idea. No idea. There was no video footage at the time, and yeah, I just went back into the footy club and told someone there, and then got the police involved, and they found it about a week later out at Salisbury.
Was it still in good nick? They have all four wheels?
I think they from my recollection, they pulled out the radio and stole that, you know, back in the day. So
I'm surprised it wasn't one of the scallywag North Adelaide teammates. It probably was, you know, that took it for a spin.
You never know, do you, mate?
No.
So,
all right, Squirrel. So let's just go back to those early days. You played with the Roosters. What were you on debut? 17? 17,
yes, in '91.
Wow. First game. Who was it against?
It was against Sturt, funny enough.
Yep.
And stood Matty Dent when he
right before he went to the Dogs.
Before he went to the Dogs, yes. So played on him. So yeah, that was an opportunity at 17. I came in, basically didn't play any reserves games. I come up from under 17s, and Mick Noonan just thought something of me, and straight into the league squad.
17s into the seniors.
Yeah.
No 19s, no 2s.
No.
I was talking to Chris Threadgold about this the other week. Mick Noonan had that, and Daryl Hart in the North. They followed that thing where they just pull blokes out when they're young.
Yeah.
Threw them in, didn't they?
Yeah, he certainly did. He gave the young guys a really good opportunity. You know, Joshy Mail back at the time, even Andrew Savage, who could take a really good mark. He was put into that situation, but yeah, no,
Peter
I was lucky.
Turner, Ben Hart, all those blokes.
All the Hollands.
Yeah.
There's a myriad of players he gave an opportunity to, and you look at some of those players and where they went after that. Built really strong careers.
Got Adam Saliba.
Adam Saliba, of course.
Jeez,
another one.
Wonder where he is.
State of Origin football.
G'day, Slabs, if you're ever around. We don't know where you are. You're probably out with Jonathan Ross somewhere. That's cool. That first game against Denty and a Sturt favourite, Matty Dent, was he on the lip? Can you remember much of it?
Nah, I couldn't remember much, mate. I was on too much of a high. And
got a kick?
Yeah, I played pretty well actually. I got in the best and kicked a couple of goals, and
on debut, and
roved under Mick Redden and a couple of the old timers, which was really good to play with.
Right, now you had a good time there at North Adelaide. Played a lot of footy, 100 odd, 140 odd at North.
Yeah.
When you were playing there, what was it about the Roosters that got you playing some really good footy? What was it about the club at that time?
I think it was just a style of play that they played. You know, the handball run.
Yep.
And a lot of handball, which Mick Noonan brought into the game, and just quick football to open up the field a bit, and it just sort of suited my type of I don't know, my athleticism, I guess, and went from there.
What was your best game you ever played for the Roosters? Is there one game that sticks out? Most memorable game?
Yeah, I think it was against West Adelaide, and it was at Footy Park, and it was under lights back when we were playing night games, and just had a really good night and had plenty of the footy on ball, and then went to full forward for a half, and I ended up didn't kick too straight, but I kicked 3 goals 8. It could have easily been 10 goals.
You kicked 3 goals 8? What, in a half?
Yeah. 2.5.
Really?
Yeah. And
How old were you?
Well, that might have been around the 93, 94, 1993, 94.
3.8.
Yeah, 3.8.
And how, what, you would have had 20 in the first half, probably, did you?
Yeah, I had a big, I was up over 40 possessions for the game.
How you kicked 3.8? What, you full forward or just roaming?
No, I was putting full forward, get everyone out of the 50 and just leave me there.
Really?
Yeah. So
jeez, that's phenomenal.
So I felt sorry for the player I was on because they kept him on me. They didn't want to make a change. So
can't remember who he was.
No.
Don't want to out him.
No, I couldn't remember who that was back then. But no, that was a good game. But yeah, I've had a few others at North. Yeah, I went back. I had a really good start to my career at North, and then then I lost the love of the game. I was probably just thought I'd done what I wanted to do and play league footy, and I was entertaining the thought of just going back and playing local footy out at Broadview.
How many years in was this?
Probably about 3 years in.
Right, so you still, what, 21 or something at the time?
Yeah,
20, 21?
Yeah, so it was about 94, I reckon, and I thought, nah, just go back. I didn't want the pressure. I just thought, go and have a kick with some mates at Broadview, and then Mick Noonan come around and he talked me out of it, but he held a bit of a grudge. So the following year I played most of my footy in the reserves.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I think he just held a bit of a grudge, and he gave me that opportunity, and I sort of didn't take it.
Yeah.
And yeah, played a fair bit in the reserves, and yeah, I had the Devon Perrys and Justin Munros and Lee McCorkles and those sort of guys back then. Boys. And yeah, I had an awesome year in the reserves and won the best and fairest convincingly. And then the year after, had a really good pre-season. It was back in the league team.
Now, Port Adelaide rock up in the AFL, and you get the phone call. How did that happen?
Yeah, well, I didn't get the phone call, funny enough. I was actually working with Australia Post.
Yeah.
And
postie?
As a postie with Brett Mancini and Brodie Atkinson at the time.
Yeah,
so,
a couple of North Adelaide boys.
Yeah, so leading into that, there was talk. Alan Richardson obviously was a recruiter back then, and he put the original list together. He sort of looked at me pretty favourably, you know, played a bit of state footy and whatnot, and there was talk that I might get put onto the original list that they put together. And I was I was at work, and they actually announced it while I was actually at work, early hours of the morning, where they put their, I think it was the original list of 25 players or 30 players or something like that, and yeah, I found myself on that. So
right, so you didn't get a phone call, you didn't get anything?
No.
Had they spoken to you?
No,
really?
not really. No.
Yeah, right.
No, there was some talk that, you know, it was more so in the media of who they'd probably put on.
I think they
there.
did list a group of SANFL SANFL players, didn't they?
Yeah.
Before they could then start picking around, and
That's
that was
correct.
part of that.
Yeah, that's
so.
right.
What were you at work and what?
Yeah, just at work and just coming through on the radio, and yeah, it was just a bit of a, I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. So it was just go out and do my job and go and have a round of golf afterwards, and then getting all these phone calls about you know, congratulations after that from the Port Adelaide Footy Club, and I can't remember who called me at the time, but yeah, it was just, this is the schedule for when we're going to start training, and first meetings, and get the team together, and yeah, go from there.
That was it. Can you remember, did you get on a sign-on fee? What were they doing like back then?
I couldn't remember. There was a small sign-on fee, but yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. Certainly nothing like these days, which was an unfortunate thing. But
what did you buy with that sign-on fee?
I think it might have gone to my car.
Now, I'm just trying to remember this from back in those times. Didn't you buy a jet ski?
Oh yes, true. That was the case. Yeah, with Michael Carter from Port Adelaide. Stephen Carter, sorry. Yeah. He had a jet ski, he had a stand-up, and and then you had Scotty Cummins and a few other guys, Matty Primus, and all of those had jet skis, and I thought, oh well, I might as well grab one. And
that chance, boy from Broadview, to play on the MCG in that inaugural game must have been amazing.
Oh, it was awesome, and not only that, getting drafted, because I was a Port supporter as a young boy as well, and when I played a league game and we played against Port, you know, the Williams boys, Stephen, Mark,
Yep.
you know, really hard team back then in 91. You know, once playing against them and just sort of how dirty they'd play, I sort of fell out of love with Port Adelaide.
What do you mean dirty? Like what
They just hard and dirty, you know, just little niggling things behind the play, and you know, all that, you know, small little cheap shots here and there. And
yeah, right.
I just sort of.
You were 17.
17, yeah.
Right, these blokes were AFL hardened players.
Yeah, definitely.
And intimidation was a big factor.
Most definitely, yeah. And I sort of, after playing them, I sort of fell out of love. I didn't like Port, and then obviously getting the chance to get drafted was just an amazing thing to go back and, you know, as a young boy, loving Port and listening to games out in the garden with my mum on the radio back then, and growing up and loving him. So yeah, and then just to get drafted and then play in their first AFL game was just it was just a really good memory.
Do you have any regrets at AFL?
No, I gave it my all at the time. So, you know, bulked up, did all the gym, did all the other extras that I could possibly do, which obviously helped me getting into the first game. But yeah, just unfortunately, you know, it wasn't an injury thing or anything. It was just more of a confidence thing and trying to fit into that system at that time.
Well, mate, you've played AFL footy and you played in the first team ever for Port Adelaide, which is an amazing achievement. So it's something you can always be proud of.
Oh, most definitely. Look, it's at 24, I think I was only just starting to find myself at that age, where now, you know, they call that at being too old almost at 24. Where I went on and played my best footy after that. Sort of into my mid and late 20s. Look, once I come back to the SANFL, I felt really confident in terms of where and how I could play and my strengths and whatnot. So unfortunately I didn't get another opportunity. There was talk that Essendon were pretty keen to pick me up after I got delisted, but I'm surprised
there wasn't a lot of interest early on, because your skills, and as the Sturt fans listening in would know, you were probably the most skillful player in the SANFL for many years. But I'm glad you got that chance to play AFL. You deserved at least that crack at it, I reckon. Yeah,
that's all I can be happy about, is I did get the opportunity to play it. So, you know, I can't have any other regrets than that. So
right, so 97 you get delisted from Port, 98 you go back to North for a year, and then in 1999 you come to the mighty Double Blues. What happened?
Everyone thought that I had grumblings and a beef with Chris McDermott, but I just sort of, I did fall out of love coming back to North and doing a pre-season. And I was starting to think, well, if I'm going to get an opportunity again, or maybe I need to find a different environment. And
still with a hope to maybe get an AFL.
Yeah, most definitely. And you know, obviously it helped with, you know, the Chris Red guys who I played footy with at North Adelaide, and who'd already made that change over to Sturt, and then Brody left the year before. You went over. It just seemed like a good spot just to go and find some fun again in football, and play with some mates who I had at North Adelaide, and just change that whole environment. And Phil Carman gave me a call and said, look, we'd love to have you over here. And it was just pretty simple at the end of 98, just to come over and start in 99.
So Sturt had played in the grand final. We lost that grand final in 98, so it was a good place to come at the time. There was a great atmosphere.
It was,
really good camaraderie there. And boy, tell us about your 1999 season, your first year in Double Blue. It worked out okay. Individually, certainly
it worked out all right, because you know, at North Adelaide and at Port, I was sort of regarded as more of a half-forward flanker. And wasn't given too many opportunities to play on the ball. And pretty much Phil Carman said to me, no, we want to have you in the middle. So, you know, that was the other side of things, and the reason why I wanted to come over, because I wanted to, you know, get that opportunity to start in the guts. And things just sort of took off from there. I just found a heap of the footy, and I understood the Sturt football game plan. We had a really strong defence, so I could almost back myself when the ball went into the back line, just to sort of peel off and, you know, find some space for it to come out, and found plenty of the footy doing that. And I felt, you know, very fit, so I could run all day, and yeah, just sort of everything just sort of fitted in really nicely with the way Sturt played, and then how I wanted to play.
Was it your best year of footy? Or that time, that period, 99, 2000?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. And yeah, I just felt like I couldn't get beaten, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a pretty good feeling.
It is. It didn't matter who they put on me. I just sort of knew that I could. I'd win pretty much every contest and set up the play for the other boys. So yeah, I just felt great about how my footy was progressing, and like you said, Phil Carman just gave me that confidence, and we just had a really good team. And it's, you know, I know it's been said time in time out, but when we went out or we did things all together. There was no little small groups of players. The younger players gelled well with the older players, and we had a lot of fun together.
Just with that, when you go out and you're running out and you're knowing that you're in great form and you're not going to get beaten, it must be an amazing feeling, because I don't think many of us normal mere mortals get that. You know, you have a good game, sometimes you have a game, but you actually, they're not after you. No, it's ambulance, not police, it's all right. To go out there with that type of confidence must have felt amazing.
Oh, that just comes with who you're playing with, the team you're in as well, you know. You know, it's like Brodie. When you looked at him and you saw him play at Sturt, no one would beat him, especially in the forward lines, and even when he was on the ball. So yeah, it just comes with who you're playing with. That's all. Yeah,
well, obviously I think we made the finals. Didn't go too far that year in '99, but you went along to the Magarey Medal. How was that night? Just rolled out well.
Yeah, it went pretty well. I knew I was probably half a chance, and I guess the papers were saying that I was dead set favourite.
Did you dare to dream?
Oh,
did you think you were going to, be honest, come on. Look, 20 odd years ago, you can be honest now, did you think you were going to win it? Be honest that night.
I thought I was going to be close. I thought it'd be probably myself or Sikalella.
Yep.
Pretty confident. It was a good night. It was, you know, pretty nerve-wracking, because it is, if you think you might be half a chance, you know, and the cameras are on you, you sort of, I like to sort of sit in the background a bit, not sort of out in front and be noticed. So it's just one of those things that just all fell in my way, and I think I had about 8 or 9 best on grounds that year, and I think at the time it was probably the most someone had who had won the Magarey Medal.
Yep.
So yeah, it all sort of went in the right direction.
It was a good night.
It was a good night. It ended up being a good night. It was a big night. It was a big night back at the footy club as well, and yeah, went from there.
And now then, to be able to go back to back, and then you win in 2000 again, were you as confident in 2000 as you were in 99?
I thought my 2000 year was just as good as 99. Yeah, I felt reasonably comfortable. I didn't have any injuries. I played pretty much most of the year. Yeah, so I felt confident in how I was playing.
So you thought you were a good chance again?
Yeah, it's the scribes, it's the media and everything that sort of builds you up. But I felt confident that I had just as good a year as 99.
But you weren't going to go to the Magarey that night?
No.
Hey, so hang on, so you win 99.
Yeah.
You're one of the favourites again in 2000.
Yeah.
But you obviously invited as a past winner and a favourite.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't.
Honestly, tell everyone the story. This is ridiculous.
It was a cold night, and I was happy watching SANFL on the lounge, and yeah, I was just sort of in my Ugg boots and in trackies, and Brodie and a couple of others turned up and said, "Come on, we're going." I said, "No, I don't want to go tonight."
Hang on, but this doesn't make sense, right? Because
yeah, I know.
You were one of the favourites again.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't feel like I wanted to be in that environment. Oh, that sounds stupid. I just didn't want to go.
Right.
I just didn't feel like the pressure and everything.
Yeah, had you RSVP that you were going to go?
No. No.
So you put the suit on, you've rocked up.
Yeah, they talked me into it, so I ended up going. The bus was waiting, so I said, "All right, no worries."
Yeah.
So I ended up going, and then I sat on a table where, away from the Sturt guys, and sat there with, I think it was the under-17s medalist and the under-19s medalist and their families, and myself as a past winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't understand how they didn't have you sitting up like the front table, because you were one of the favourites. How close was that, Ken?
I ended up winning in the last game.
Yeah.
I had a ripper against, I think it was South at home. Yeah, had a really good last quarter as well, and yeah, I think I probably won it on that last quarter because I ended up getting 3 votes and put me in front by 1 vote. And you know how they structure up the count.
Yeah,
you know, they leave
last
that game,
and,
yeah, leave that to the end. So yeah, it was unfortunate for who's the Eagles player that comes second? I think it was
Gav Colville.
Gav Colville.
Yeah,
he'd been runner up a few times.
Always around the mark, Gav.
So yeah, just
that's an amazing situation where you were not actually going to go to the count.
Yeah, I know.
You're the winner.
Yeah. Oh, well, it is what it is, no. So I just didn't feel like I wanted to go. That's all.
Brilliant.
It's just cold.
You win 2 Magareys. It's a wonderful, wonderful achievement. What do you do with your Magareys? Where are they? What do you normally? Are they up at home or?
I have to get kicked. Everyone asks, so I just think I may as well wear them.
Just wear them?
Yeah.
Have a look at those.
Still people out there and about asking them. Even it helps when you're out on building site as well, you know,
just with
get to know people. Yeah.
It just sometimes just pop out?
Yeah.
It's good, yeah, good for business?
Yeah, good for a photo opportunity for them.
Have a look at this. Just, alright, so you just essentially like some sort of wrapper.
Yeah, that's
wear
right.
the bling around your neck.
Exactly, mate.
Yeah, I like that.
So
that's nice.
Yeah. Would you like to wear one?
No, I think I have once a couple of times when we've been having a beer, but it's actually not good to wear one if you didn't earn one, I don't think.
No, I agree, mate. No.
Well, Brody's got one.
He has.
So that's good.
He has.
We'll have him on here soon too.
We had a good run there for a while, didn't we? Had Brody, myself, and then you had Sheeds and Weatheralls, and yeah, it seemed like Sturt was the destination club, and a lot of people wanted to come and play there. Well,
it was a destination club because you get to 2002, and we win the flag there, which was absolutely brilliant. Now, Phil Carman was gone at the end of 2001, and I think one of the toughest things, Phil Carman deserved the flag.
Unquestionably, he deserved. He put that side together from the late 90s up until unfortunately he left, and the talent was there, and even sort of Chris Threadgold, who was the captain as well, missed out on playing in that grand final, which was sad for the whole team.
Just on that, so you'd been at North, hadn't had the chance. You missed what? So 91, your first year at North. North won the flag.
They won the flag.
Didn't get a game.
No, but I was in. It was in the squad to play. There was talks that I was going to play one of the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was fantastic to sort of be in that environment. And train with that senior squad. That went on to win it. So to be involved in the finals process, and
you didn't think you'd have to wait 11 years though.
No.
To see it again.
No, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how hard it is to win a premiership. But it's sort of everything fell into the right spot, and unfortunately Phil missed out on coaching that team. But what Brenton Phillips brought to us was a different dynamic and probably more of a skill set. Where he reaped the benefits, I guess, of the strong team we were back then.
That 02 grand final coming up against Central District, and they were an absolute powerhouse at that time.
Definitely.
Now that, I reckon, from talking to a few of the Centrals boys, that is the loss that still burns them today.
Oh, unquestionably.
Take us through that game, because obviously the Sturt fans loved watching that.
That game there, we felt confident every time we played them. I think we played them 3 or 4 times through the year, or 3 times in the grand final, and we got close. I think the first game we might have lost by 30 odd points. The next game we might have lost by 17 or something like that, and then in the final we lost by less than 10 points.
That's in the second semi.
And then we just had that ride that we thought we're getting closer, and then we got some players back, like Barnaby French come back into our mix, into the grand final.
Yeah, Toby Thurston.
So we had our strongest team that we could put together that year. So we went in with every bit of confidence, and maybe it was a case of Centrals. They'd won a few before us, and they started a bit slower. We started very quick and built on a really good lead from the first quarter, and we just sort of felt invincible, and we carried it through to the end of the game.
Can you remember much of them? Because they were absolutely fuming that they lost that game, because they certainly went in as favourites and thought they were going to get it done. What were they like out in the field that day?
Oh, they were at each other, which they always are with the Gowans boys. You know, I think they do that to try and razz up their team a bit.
Yep.
But when they get at each other and other players are sort of squabbling with each other or fighting with each other, then, you know, we knew that we were on top of them from that point, and we just sort of moved forward and looked forward, and everyone played a really awesome game. You know, there was some really good standout. Marty Matner's really long goal when he ran down the wing. Some of the high tackling and the physical presence that we put on was outstanding.
What was the plan going into that game? What did Sticko want to do, given that you got closer to them?
Yeah, it's
was
just
there something in particular?
No, I couldn't really pinpoint it at the moment, but it was just sort of be physical and, you know, get the ball first and just use our run. So, you know, and everything fell into place.
It's a good lineup, Sturt lineup, wasn't it?
A ripper of a lineup, probably one of the best teams I played in, I think. So everyone was playing well through the whole final series. So we sort of set ourselves up to sort of perform well on the big stage.
Winning a flag for Sturt, bigger than playing the first game for Port Adelaide, even though it was AFL level. What can you compare the two?
Nah, not really.
One wasn't better than the other?
No, the grand final, winning a grand final was obviously got to be better, but as an individual, you know, to make it and play in an AFL game for the first game for Port Power was awesome on an individual level. You know, we got smashed, but it was just a great experience. But when you go on to win a premiership in 2002 with a full team and the enjoyment you get from that for the weeks to come on, because what was it, 38 years I think since Sturt won their
76,
last one.
And obviously 98 was close. That was 9 points. So I think around that time that Sturt had built so well, and from where the club had been in that sort of early mid-90s, you know, Freddie was on here the other day talking about they went, you know, season without wins and things like that, but to then start to get some success, it was a really good time to be at the club.
It was unbelievable. And I mean, you know, we obviously thought we would create a bit of a dynasty and have a bit of a run, because we didn't lose too many players. The only thing that was probably the worst part about it was the whole Barley thing at the end. So 1 week of celebrating, and then you know, the Barley thing happened, and that may have just sort of pulled the club a little bit apart, because no one knew how to react to the players when they came back. And it was sort of a different feeling, even though we thought we could still be successful. It was just one of those unfortunate things. I think with that though, well, I suppose it had a profound effect on a lot of people. Obviously Bob and Josh didn't make it. That's right. But just in terms of the whole impact, it was, how significant was it? Oh, you can't describe it. It was just the support that we had when we got back was just unbelievable from the footy club and the general public and everyone. But it was just, I think the players that didn't go to Barley didn't know how to react with the players that came back, or what to say, or how to communicate. It just felt a little bit different, and we didn't want it to sort of be like that. We wanted everyone to understand what we went through, and I think it ended up getting to that, but I just think it disrupted our football a little bit in 2003 and 2004. Even though, you know, we got to finals, we just couldn't get to that big stage again. It's
well, it's hard to understand to go from that absolute high to be confronted with probably the most challenging situation in your life.
It certainly was. I mean, you know, there's days where it sort of sits in the back of the mind. It's less now than what it was, but, you know, there are occasions where you sort of do dwell on it a little bit. Things get mentioned in the paper, or something happens with the Bombers, or things like that, where it just brings back, you know, those flashbacks, and or just even seeing people that were there. We don't sort of see much of each other these days, but, you know, if you run into someone, you know, like Curto, who's over at Tumby Bay, you know, there's always just those memories that we sort of we share.
Yeah. Double Blues, was it the best move you made?
Oh, undoubtedly,
99?
undoubtedly, yeah. Enjoyed every minute of my football at the Double Blues. The camaraderie, the footy club as a whole. You know, lucky to sort of play under Phil Carman and Brenton Phillips, as we knew pretty well from North Adelaide anyway. Played a fair bit of football with Brenton Phillips.
Yep.
Yeah, it sort of gave me the opportunity to perform at my best, and yeah, play a bit of state footy as well, which was awesome. So,
because you obviously played with Marty Matner. Remember him as a young fella coming to the club.
Yeah.
Obviously see him now, and he did such a great job with those teams in 16-17, and he's back now for that second stint.
Yes.
Did that surprise you? Because he was a young kid from Kai. He was pretty quiet, Marty, when he first got there, remember? But geez, he's become just a great tactician as a coach.
Oh, he just learned so much when he played at Sydney, and he played consistent football out at Sydney as well. So for him to bring back that knowledge and take that into coaching and put his own brand on it, he has been fantastic. And you can see that with what he's doing this year, and the team he's putting together. You know, completely different team to, you know, the two years he's gone back to back, but he's still been able to be successful and find form. Right,
couple of quick ones to wrap up. Best player you played with at North Adelaide, even if it was in those early days. Who comes to mind?
Mick Redden, probably.
Okay.
Just the legend he was out at North Adelaide.
Yep. Best player you played with at Sturt? Besides yourself?
Probably Brody.
Rhodes? Yeah.
Probably Brody. He sort of just led the way quite a bit. Yeah, I'd have to put Brody down there.
Best player at Port you played with in that year?
Oh, Gavin Wanganeen.
He was great?
Yeah.
Just ridiculous?
Just superstar. He could just do whatever he wanted at training, and you know, he'd always find the rubber band man, mate. He'd always find a way to get out of trouble, or he was just a freak.
Best player you played against at any time?
John Worsfold.
Right. You played on him?
Played on him at a trial game at Subiaco.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was awesome. He was awesome.
What was it?
He stood on me. He just showed me, yeah, even though I was trying to get the footy as a half-forward flanker, he taught me a lot of things as how to play half-back.
Yeah, right.
Right? So he demolished me that day.
Yeah.
But he actually, he had a lot of respect for me as well.
Yeah, right.
Besides wiping boogers and that on the Port Power Guernsey.
Did he?
Yeah. First thing he did when we went to line up. Yeah. Just first thing he did. Yeah.
John Worsfold.
John Worsfold.
You filthy animal.
After
That's
that,
funny.
like, even though he had a little bit, I had his respect after the game. You know, he sort of said, you know, really good. This is a good opportunity for you. So he sort of told me a few things after the game, which was good.
Did he take his booger back?
Yeah, there's been Cousins as well. Obviously, he was a champion at West Coast, so it was good to. We all went out together that night. Funny enough, the Port Power and the West Coast guys.
Yeah, had a good night.
At a pub. So yeah, we're all having a good chat, getting to know each other.
Squeeze.
Yes, mate.
Absolute pleasure.
Good on you, Siders.
Good on you,
well
mate.
done. Who's going to do you?
No one. No. I just chat away to everyone.
You do that well, mate. No, good
on you,
stuff.
buddy. And I'll be letting you get back to work because you've got some bling to show around some work sites.
I do, mate. I've got to go and make some money. Can't do that by playing footy these days.
Damian Squire, what a star.
Thank you.
Two-time
all the best, Sturt.
Magarey Medalist, Premiership player, and all-round superstar.
Good on you, mate.
See you, bud.